So we hope that you are at home right now, you're snuggled up, and you are sticking with us as we continue to keep you covered throughout this storm this morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm Allie Corey.
Good morning, I'm Randy Knott, and it has been a very busy morning across the bi-state area. Anthony Slaughter and Monica Adams have been tracking the storm system all morning long for us. We're going to go over to Anthony right now. And Anthony, you've been saying it, and I just can't get over it. 1 inch per hour.
Yeah, in fact, we've been tracking snow totals. Jim Castillo is in studio this morning helping me with that. And the numbers are kind of astonishing. In the last couple of hours, 2 inches have fallen. In some spots, even 2.5 inches. So the last 2 hours, right as we were saying, 1 inch per hour. And that is what's happening here this morning. So we'll keep you covered as the heaviest snow still is moving through right now from St. Louis points southward. In fact, places that didn't get much snow yesterday are getting a ton of snow this morning, including us right here in the St. Louis area. Even heard a report from Bonne Terre south that they got up to 6 inches this morning. They didn't have much on the ground yesterday. So yes, this is going to accumulate, even for all the folks who were saying, I'll believe it when I see it. Well, here it is, and we're seeing it. So hopefully you heeded the warning and stayed inside. Numbers today in the 20s, wind chills staying in the single digits. You know what, Monica, all this snow will wrap up this afternoon, so that's some good news there. The morning commute hasn't been terrible. What are you finding on the roads this morning?
Yeah, they're pretty good. I mean, one of the things is going to be out there shoveling the snow. Of course, be careful with that. Lift with the legs. This is the personal trainer talking. I want you to protect your back. If you are traveling out and you're trying to get your pathway for yourself, your footing, the paths for the dogs, don't make them go through the snow. Try to find some dry patches for them. Once you get to the roads, yes, the speed is down, like maybe 30 miles per hour. Barely seeing pavement. The crews are trying to do all they can, but then that snow is blowing and covering up what they're trying to get clear for you. At least one lane they're trying to get open, but a lot of stalls at this point, so not a ton of accidents.
Monica, snow has been falling and piling up for hours now in Jefferson County. Our Ryan Dean has been there since 4 o'clock this morning. He has the very latest on the road conditions, and the last time we saw you, Ryan, you were talking about that blowing snow.
Yeah, you know, that's been the theme all morning long. It's obviously the powdery snow that's falling, but I can tell you, as it's falling and making its way to the ground, it doesn't feel light and fluffy at all because of the wind. It feels almost like ice pellets hitting your skin. It almost feels like a sleet mixture. I'm going to step out of the way, show you behind me here. This is 55 right at 141, and I can tell you, MoDOT has been through this area several times in the last 2-3 hours, but it's just, you know, Old Man Winter is giving them quite the challenge today. It's falling as fast as they can clear it. The blowing snow has also been an issue for both MoDOT and IDOT. In fact, Joe Monroe with IDOT says his quote this morning was, "The wind is killing us when it comes to trying to clear the roads." The major theme of the morning from both MoDOT, IDOT, the Missouri State Highway Patrol is, if you do not have to be out, please stay home. Allow their crews to work. Missouri Highway Patrol had several hundred calls for service yesterday, and they also said that overnight they're getting a certain call to help truckers. Take a listen.
So throughout the day, troopers are going to be out working, checking on stranded motorists, helping people that might be broke down. We've had several tractor trailers this morning that's having issues with their fuel lines freezing up from the cold temperatures. So we're working to help get those businesses and companies back on the road and going again.
Another thing to pass along to you, ISP, Illinois State Police, they're saying that they had 3 crashes yesterday involving their trooper cars because people are not moving over. So just a reminder, if you see any emergency crews on the highway, on the roadway, please make sure you move over and give them space. That is the very latest here in Arnold. I'm Ryan Dean, 5 on your side.
All right, thank you, Ryan. This morning, we're getting an update from Missouri Highway Patrol. In our area, state troopers were called out to 341 incidents yesterday. About 180 were stranded motorists. 4 crashes had injuries. Thankfully, Highway Patrol has reported no deaths so far from this winter storm.
Let's get out to Wentzville now, where crews are working around the clock to battle snow that just keeps piling up. And in fact, there is a snow emergency in effect in the city in Wentzville until 4 o'clock this afternoon. Our Sydney Stallworth is there for us live in Wentzville. She's been out there all morning long. Sydney, how are you holding up?
I'm barely hanging on, Allie. I've got to say, you and I are both from Florida, so this is very different. But as you can see, the snow is piling up here, and it's been like this for hours this morning. It has not let up. And because we're under that snow emergency, the city has had to pull people from all sorts of departments to get behind the wheel, drive these snow plows, and try to get the snow out of the way. But honestly, they're working as hard as they can. It just keeps coming down. Now, crews have been out since midnight on Tuesday, treating the roads and pushing this snow. In the last couple of hours, the overnight work has really been what we've been told is the most crucial time to get the roads ready for this morning. There are some rules, though, to the snow emergency that you need to know if you're at home. As long as the snow emergency is in effect, you cannot park your cars on Wentzville City public roads. That is now illegal. Those cars could be towed if they're in the way for the people driving those plows, but you are allowed to park in driveways, even if you're blocking the sidewalk, just to get those cars off the street. It's all to help those crews come through quickly and efficiently.
At any given time, there's between 12 and 15 trucks on the road. So, between those two shifts, about 25 to 30 people, as you do have the support staff that are also in there that are loading salt. There are the vehicle maintenance crews that are on there making sure that the trucks keep operating.
Now, you can add that to the number of St. Charles County trucks that are out right now. They have 40 drivers. They have 800 miles of road to try to cover and try to clear, and they're trying their best. We did hear earlier that they're still facing some labor shortages like so many other groups out here because of COVID and other things. They're trying to hit the main roads first and then get to those side streets, but they're working as fast as they can. Live in Wentzville, Sydney Stallworth, 5 on your side.
All right, so get back in that car and warm up. If you didn't stock up at the grocery store, you will have to wait a little bit later in the morning in order to get some food.
Yeah, both Snooks and Deerbergs are opening up later because of all the snow out there. Snooks will reopen at 10 o'clock this morning, while Deerberg stores will welcome shoppers back at 11 o'clock. Right now, anyone who is still looking for, some milk, some bread, and all the other essentials, you're probably going to have to go to one of those grab and go at a 24-hour gas station like this one.
Well, the storm is affecting our trash and recycling pickup, and that includes St. Louis City. The city says you should delay your trash pickup by 1 day. So if your pickup is Friday, don't put your trash out until Saturday. This is also the plan for people in St. Peters. The city says bulk trash service is not affected by the storm, and there is no yard waste collection this month.